Hello. Today we will be looking at TrueLoaded and how it works with search engine optimization. Obviously, because TrueLoaded is a website, search engine optimization is very important. It allows you to hopefully see a website appearing in top of Google search results, which will naturally result into a great deal of users finding your website, coming to you, and hopefully into increased turnover. So let us look into the front end and back end of TrueLoaded and see if it's good for SEO or if it's not. First of all, we can see this is the front page. It has, as any other web page, it has its title. Inside it would have its meta tags, and it would have a certain HTML page structure. So this, for example, would be a header. There is some text there. And the beauty of TrueLoaded is that you can actually control all of it, but you don't have to because it can also be done pretty much automatically. Let's look into other pages as well. For example, this is a category page, and we can see this beautiful, well, quite short really, but still beautiful URL, watch. So instead of having some category ID or some .php, .html, it just has whatever you need to put there. Or it can do it itself by using, in this particular case, name of that particular category. So if we go into this subcategory, it says women's, but it could also say women's watches or anything else like buy women's watches here, for example. Now, if you go into a particular product, you can see as well over here, it has the URL, which basically just repeats the name of that product. As to the title, it currently goes as TrueLoaded, blah, 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 product name. So let us look into the back end of TrueLoaded and see how it all works. In the back end, there are a number of modules and features dedicated to on-site SEO. There is a special menu item in the back end called SEO, and it starts with meta tags. These meta tags are global website scope meta tags. So here we have a tab called default tags, and here we set what should be the default page title, description, and other meta tags for every page, any page where specific tags are not set up. So as we can see here, this is the default title. Now, it is specific for this particular front end for this language. So we could specify a different title or different description or different keywords or whatever else for other languages or for other front ends if we wanted to. Same stuff happens with this index tags page. Index is the main page of the website, and you can set it to be something completely custom or just use default tags. Product info, again, it could be set to something specific, how you want it to be set up, or it could inherit the properties from default tags, and so on and so forth. What's new, specials, product reviews. Now, if we go into XML sitemap menu and wait a little bit because it refreshes the sitemaps, what we can see here is a set of files for each of the front ends where all the sitemap files are accumulated in this index file, and then we generate a sitemap for categories, products, pages, manufacturers, delivery locations, and images. As you can see, it is done per front end. So this is one front end, and then this is another, and so on and so forth. Here we see integration with Google Base, or how it used to be called Frugal, and now it's called Google Shopping. Again, this is done per front end. So this is for the first front end, second front end, as many front ends as you have in your system. You can select which columns, which elements of data to export into Google, and this is the URL which you will give to Google when you log into your Google Shopping account. Basically, generates a file. Let's see. So this is the CSV file that it generates, which is full of information that Google understands, and it can import it into its database and present your products accordingly. Google Tools menu is a very interesting one, really, because here you can do a number of useful activities. For example, you can verify that you actually own this website. So this is useful for Google Search Console, for YouTube, for pretty much any other tool that Google uses and provides you with. It's very easy. You just put the code that Google gives you in here, press save, and then press verify in your Google Search Console account. Google Tag Manager, again, it's quite easy. All you need to do is just put your code in, and this system TrueLoaded is by default compatible with Google Tags, and it has corresponding scripts everywhere where they need to be. So all you need to do is just change this code and you are done. Very easy, very convenient. Same stuff with Google Analytics, Google AdWords, e-commerce tracking. And again, this is done per front end. So for each of those front ends, which are effectively, from Google's point of view, they would be independent websites, you can have its own tag, its own analytics, its own tracking, whatever else you want to have. SEO redirects is a very useful tool which can be used to create short URLs for some of the longer ones that you have on the website, and then use them in banners, in advertisements, in newsletters, for example. Alternatively, it could be used to implement redirects from some previous URLs of your previous version of the website to some new ones. It's quite easy. So this one, for example, it goes from bathroom to shower. So if we open this website, bathroom, let's see, now it goes into shower. Obviously, there is no such a page on this website, but if there was, it would just open that corresponding category or product or information page or anything else. And finally, we have delivery locations. Delivery locations is a beautiful, unique thing which you will probably not find anywhere else. TrueLoaded by default comes with the UK as delivery location, but naturally you can create a delivery location description for your region, for a country, and we will be adding more in the future. Again, it is done per front end, so let's look into it. In the UK, we have 4 sub-locations, naturally by country. Then, for example, in England, we have these. You can add more yourself, and each one of them has certain, let's say Berkshire, let's say. Each one of those locations has some unique text, which is, well, you can see it here. The beauty of this is that you can assign, if we go back to Berkshire, for example, you can assign products to a delivery location. So you can either, again, inherit products from your parent location, from the UK or from England here, or you could just specify your own products here. How it looks in the front end, though, is quite interesting. So this is the UK as a delivery location. We go into England. We go into Berkshire. So this page here, delivery location, United Kingdom, England, Berkshire, features some unique content and some set of products, which is good for Google. It is basically talking about delivering your products to a particular location. So people searching for a watch in Berkshire or a watch in Reading, a watch in Slough, will very likely see this page here indexed by Google high in their search results, which will be very good for your sales. Now we're done with the SEO menu, and we'll just check how SEO works on products and categories. If we go into products, for example, and we go into this watch category, this one, we press edit. As in pretty much anything which is reflected in the front end, in TrueLoaded you would have this SEO tab which describes how Google and other search engines should see that particular page. So you can see that you can, by default, it just uses the category name, but you can also change that to anything you want. You can hide it from Google and other search engines by saying no index, no follow. You can use canonical URL if needs be. You can alter the title. Again, by default, it will be equal to the category name. Description will be taken from category's description. You can put in certain H1, 2, and 3 tags. You can specify which Google category or Google Shopping it corresponds with, and you can implement a redirect from the previous URL. Same stuff works for any of, let's say, any of the products here. Let's just find this tab. As you can see, it's exactly the same setup, except for if you specify a Google product category here, it will be unique for that particular product. A Google product category specified for a category will be spread across all of its products by default. As you can see, you can also go into each particular language and make it very much language specific. Finally, we will touch on information pages, because information pages will have exactly the same mechanism there for SEO, as you can see, just to make sure that Google sees exactly what we want it to see when it goes through the website pages. Finally, to conclude on the review of TrueLoaded SEO, I have loaded this. WooRank is a very famous, well-known tool for checking how websites are ready or not ready for SEO. So this is TrueLoaded.co.uk is our default demonstration website. It's not specifically optimized for anything really. It's just our default version of TrueLoaded. It shows 73 here, which out of 100 isn't really much, but it is much higher than pretty much any other e-commerce solution. And it's not 100 just because it's a demo website. It's not a live website. So there is no associated AdWords account, for example, and some other things. Google understands it's not a live website. Other than that, as you can see, as I scroll down, it's pretty much all of it in green, which means that Google is happy with everything we've done on site regarding search engine optimization. As you can see here, it's all going well. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your interest in TrueLoaded and in particular in search engine optimization of TrueLoaded. And we'll be back to you with more reviews and updates. Thank you. Goodbye.